If you are a social worker in Minnesota and you want to learn more about the laws governing ethical social work practice and why they're important, watch this short video for an overview of social work standards of practice in Minnesota. In Minnesota, social work practice is regulated under Minnesota Statutes Chapter 148E, the Social Work Practice Act. The Social Work Practice Act ensures that social workers meet established professional standards and competence for entry into the profession and throughout their careers. The standards of practice included in Sections 185 to 290 of the Social Work Practice Act govern ethical social work practice in Minnesota. The purpose of Sections 185 to 290 is to protect the public by ensuring that licensed social workers meet minimum standards of practice. Social work licensing and the standards of practice provide safeguards for the public by requiring all licensed social workers to comply with the same requirements. The board has the authority to take action against a license in the rare event these professional standards are not met. Keep in mind that the standards of practice are licensing regulations that are defined in Minnesota law and are separate from the National Association of Social Workers Code of Ethics. The Board of Social Work does not have jurisdiction or authority to write or enforce NASW's code, but does have legal authority over the standards of practice in the Social Work Practice Act. The Minnesota Board of Social Work has the authority to enforce the Social Work Practice Act, including the standards of practice. The Board of Social Work is a regulatory agency and different from a professional organization. The board's mission is to protect the public by licensing qualified social workers, establishing and enforcing practice standards, investigating and resolving complaints about social work practice, and providing information to the public. In the rare event standards are not met, the board has the authority and responsibility to investigate and take appropriate disciplinary or corrective action to protect the public. As a licensed professional, it is your responsibility to understand and comply with the laws regulating social work practice in Minnesota, including the standards for ethical practice under Minnesota Statute Section 148E.185 to 290. Some examples of situations that are addressed by the standards of practice include professional boundaries, how long to retain records, when you need to report another licensed health professional, and how to represent yourself to clients and the public. When you face a concern or ethical dilemma in your social work practice, you should be sure to take the time to review the standards of practice, as they're an important tool for navigating ethical practice issues. While the standards of practice will not always tell you how to resolve your dilemma, they will provide a framework for approaching the situation. You can find the standards of practice from the board's website on the Ethical Practice page under the Licensees menu. You can also go directly to the Office of the Revisor of Statutes website and search for 148E, then scroll to Sections 185 to 290. Each standard contains multiple provisions, so it's important to read each section carefully to ensure you know the relevant regulations for your practice. The standards of practice are a general set of requirements to help guide your practice. As you navigate different situations, you'll need to consult with your colleagues and other professionals as necessary to ensure competent and ethical practice. In fact, Minnesota Statute Section 148E.200 requires you to seek consultation in certain situations, such as when you encounter a new issue with a client or are asked to provide a service where you may not have previous experience. You must seek this consultation even if you're not required to receive supervision to meet licensing requirements. Keep in mind that as a regulatory agency, the Board of Social Work cannot give legal advice. In addition to reviewing the standards of practice and consulting with other professionals, you may need to consider other federal or state laws like HIPAA or the Minnesota Health Records Act, your agency's policies and procedures, or seek formal legal advice. This video is only intended to provide a brief overview of the standards of practice. As a licensed professional, you are responsible for being aware of and complying with all licensing requirements. Go to the board's website to find links to the standards of practice and statute, additional resources like reports on electronic practice, and the compliance toolkit for frequently asked ethical questions. Minnesota's Health Professional Services Program, or HPSP, is another resource for licensed healthcare professionals, including social workers, whose illnesses may impact their ability to practice safely. If you are concerned about yourself or someone you know, contact HPSP to learn more.